Hello and welcome, mourners, to the Dirge of Mourning. I am your host, Andrew, alongside Terry. In today's episode, we'll be taking a look at Aphonic Threnity's 2025 release, A Silence Too Old. This is the band's 7th album.
Yeah, they've had a few. Lovely.
For what might be the best example of funeral doom so far, they are the benchmark for what an album should sound like. So this could be the album of the year, is what I'm saying.
Oh, wow.
This could be, and I know it's early. The song starts with a gentle opening, alongside some spoken word, lasting just over a minute. Then, the doom-laden landscape comes into full view. We have some death growls as the somber melody played out at about the 1 minute and 35 second mark.
Well, you know what? To me, this song with the death growl, it wasn't like over the top death growl. It was like I could understand everything, and it was like not in your face death growl. It was like I got it. You know.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
It was not intrusive. It was an addition. You know.
Well, I've got a lot more to say about the death growl as we progress here. We get some more spoken word accompanied by the violin sounds and more symphonic elements. The mood then changes, giving off that classical Aphonic Threnody sound. But it also sounds fresh. Like there's almost like a rejuvenation in the sound. But that's probably due to the fact that the guitar is at the forefront here. It's got a much more, not so much a crisper sound, but a lot more clean and refreshing sound to their overall, aesthetic here. And the reason I say that is because when we hear this melody produced by this guitar, not only is it dripping with melancholy, but it also has this weeping sound to it. And again, we've only just reached the 4 minute mark with these sounds. We then get a second of silence, which I thought was quite a cool sense of atmosphere. Like there's that little break of sorrow, or in the sorrow, I should say. And then the clean vocals. Holy shit, they are fantastic. Just fantastic. And if you know anything about the vocalist, it should come as no surprise. And again, we'll touch more on said vocalist a little bit later. The song continues in its mournful manner, still keeping the back and forth between death growl and spoken word. At about the 9 minute point, we get this, depressing guitar riff that is reminding us of their metal roots, but still keeping it funeral doom. After that particular part of sadness and pain, we get a return of both, vocals as the synthesizer plays in the background, as the song comes to a faded end at 11 minutes and 16 seconds.
Yeah, it's a pretty long one.
But worth every frickin' second.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it needed to be because it went through a lot.
Oh, the stages it went through. I'm just typing up as much of the experience as I can, and it's just it kicked my ass. And that's how you want an opening track, is to just make you go, yeah, you're listening now, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's good.
Doom and death growls open this track, the intro only lasting just under a minute, as a small silence comes in, as the next phase is overwhelmingly just emotional. The guitar work here has a sense of a tragedy and utter grief.
So when you said opens with death growl, yes, it does. It's a whispering death growl that's very beautiful, and that all happens within the first stanza. And for some reason, I put stars on there, which means I probably really like it because I only use stars if I really like it. So I definitely noticed it.
It is a very interesting opening element here.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we've only just reached that 2 minute and 20 second point,
which is unusual because usually they start out with this long intro of
Long
some
intros,
form
yeah,
of
but no, these
music.
are like quick
Yeah.
sessions here.
Yeah, this is really different. I liked it. I liked that it did that.
At this point, we get yet again a more dismal metal riff with some clean vocals, and I have to say, loved it. Fucking loved it. Everything about this was just, yes, please. This is what Funeral Doom is about, blending the heavy metal and that dirge, painting pictures of funerals and cemeteries, and at this point, I'm willing to just call it amazing. Okay? This is amazing. End of story, end of review. I'm done. You can all go home, go back to whatever it is you were doing. I'm done.
No, we can't do that.
No,
There's more
no,
songs.
no,
There's more songs.
I'm sorry. Album, awesome. Go, leave. I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go off.
Well, I mean, come on. The album is awesome.
Okay. I will continue explaining why this damn thing is just a freaking masterpiece. We okay with that? Right.
Mm-hmm.
At about 5 minutes and 50 seconds, we get this wonderful build up to some female choral vocal with an extremely mournful melody that had me in tears as the guitar solo just comes in weeping and doing all of the awesome stuff. It was almost as if it was mimicking my emotions at this point with the music. The death growls express that perfectly.
Yeah. Well, wait till we get to the lyrics because the music follows the lyrics, or vice versa.
I know. This is just an amazing song, and it slowly comes to an end at 9 minutes and 33 seconds. Oh, are you sure? I could just put the seal of approval on this right now and go.
Definitely. I mean, we
Just-
already know a few things. We already know that it's laying groundwork for something actually spectacular, and that this band has always done this. They're always good.
Top Gear doesn't come to describe this track or what we're about to experience, but again, I will continue for the sake of the lovely audience. There are no words I can put together that can justify this opening.
No,
I'm sorry, this isn't. Yet I will try to explain how awesome this song is.
Well, on my notes, it got lots of stars. Just tell me. So that means something, right?
Oh, hopefully. Let's hope that it means it's as awesome as I also hope for. Oh wait, it is. You're also just gonna have to experience this song yourself. I want you to listen to the 2 minute and 20 seconds of this epic opening.
Yes.
I just have to ask if you... how do I put this into the proper context? Was it their intention to leave me speechless, or was it just an unhappy mistake? Because again, I'm sitting here trying to figure out what words in the English language are going to sum up like any of this.
No, there's not. So that's why you keep saying you need to hear it for yourself, and that's what people do. They need to go and listen to this. I was absolutely blown away. I do love this song. I do.
Again, if it sounds like I'm struggling with this, it's only due to the fact that, again, I don't know.
No.
It is awesome.
Well, I mean, can I say something that I really loved about the beginning?
Please do.
I loved the wind instrument, whatever that was.
Oh,
yes.
The
addition of the wind instrument into their whole library of things added so much.
Well, see, that's what I mean.
The music.
That's what I mean. Like, they've delivered this fresh idea upon their original sound.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. This one's gorgeous.
And again, if you call yourself any type of Funeral Doom fan, and you haven't, for some reason, gotten into what the hell is going on with this, like, are you a Funeral Doom fan if you don't enjoy this? These are questions that I need to know the answer to. Oh wait, I already do. But besides that.
Yeah, you answered it yourself. So, I mean, I obviously definitely love this one with all the stars, and I put in their beautiful song with an exclamation.
Well,
there's there's a depth of meaning we'll get into later, but the music itself is just, it blows you away.
Right, because you will find an emotional journey that will satisfy that deep, dark, like, need to wander a cemetery in rain. The passion for funeral doom is on full display in this song. And we haven't even gotten to the 3-minute mark. Like, that's just how epic this is. And it just, anyway. A small silence before the pain and sorrow of the music and clean vocals come in. The mix of atmospheric elements and death growls are an amazing touch here at the 4-minute and 35-second point. The mood shifts and we get that darkened doom riff that Aphonic Threnody do so well. There's no need to be fancy or over the top with it. They just deliver it in such a manner that is just breathtaking. It truly is. It's breathtaking.
This one's perfect.
It is.
This song gets a 5. This song gets a 10 out of 10. This song.
Again, we're just about to hit the 6-minute and 10-second mark. The slow guitar parts change the mood for a more somber one that builds up to that epic funeral doom element. This is, of course, its funeral march, if you will, as the synthesizers in the background lend itself to it. But let's not forget why most of us are here. It's that climax of that funeral-like march. And they deliver it with blast beats. And all of this comes to a head in that perfect crescendo-like scenario, that bombastic part that, again, they do so well, and I just, this should have been a 3-second review. Go buy the damn thing.
That's all.
Done. I'm out.
Okay.
No, honestly, the song comes to an end at 8 minutes and 36 seconds. Just like how the last song left us with its bombastic ending, this one starts pretty much in the same way. Heavy, dark death growls, just out of pure pain and misery is what it sounds like. This realm of suffering. And I genuinely want more. Not only do I want more like this. Why? Because this track is for the slow headbangers out there. There are also some clean singing, and it's just breathtaking.
I really liked the soft choral voices in this one.
Absolutely. Just mesmerizing. I'm sorry, but this album is just mesmerizing.
It is, and wait until we talk about the words.
Every note just has me going, oh yeah. Just a metal dirge. It's just... Sorry, I was just remembering how awesome that track sounded. Sorry, my bad. At the 6-minute and 7 mark, we slow down for the guitar to play us a grieving melody as the female vocals come back. This leads us to outstanding musicianship, showcasing the true talents of this band. You can be heavy and you can be soft at the same time.
Which they are very good at that.
Aye. Like, that shows talent and an understanding of what funeral doom is.
And just how to blend the music, so it's not
right?
Like weighing too hard.
Hard on one side or the other. Right? It just, its beauty shines through the darkness. The song ends at 8 minutes and 49 seconds. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go listen to that track again. I'll be back. Guitar intro, because would you have it any other way? For a band like this, the answer, of course, is no.
I know, because their guitar is beautiful.
And it's a standout on this album. It really is. It's a good standout.
Look, with this band, the guitar is always a standout.
This is true.
I noticed that through the years.
This is true. This is very true. It builds up the more darker and doomier mood that is fitting for, well, I wonder what. Oh, that's right, a funeral. The death growls truly help get that point across, I think. Especially in this song. Like, it really helps push that idea in.
Well, this one, to me, has a real sound of like a sort of a battle hymn. That's
Yes.
what I'm hearing.
Yes, we will get to that, yes.
Yes, I know we shall, but it does have that sound. I mentioned that real quick.
But I would also say that the clean vocals give off a element of like a eulogy being read in that sense when the music is being played at this point. It shifts into a more classic Aphonic Threnody sound, but again, still fresh. And that bass sound. More bass, please. More bass. I want more bass.
Yeah, yes.
I love the bass sound in this song. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, just proving the overall talent of the band here. You know, it's insane. Just like the guitar solo. There is honestly not much to say other than, wow. Words will not do it justice. Seriously, guys, just go and listen to how technically proficient these guys are.
Yeah, that's the thing. People need simply to listen for themselves and they will see and find out. And sometimes I feel with this band in particular, if you listen to the album once, you don't really get the full of everything. I like to listen to them over and over.
I do too.
And every time I do, more comes through. And I'm not just talking about lyrics, but as far as like musically.
It gives me chills. It gives me honest chills.
It's amazing. They're amazing.
As the solo descends in its madness and despair, we come to realize grief is a part of life. And I'll touch on more with your little battle element later on.
Oh, so shall I.
Yeah. We end just like we started the guitar, ending the song at 11 minutes and 24 seconds. The most operatic female vocals lead us into a mix of piano and violin. This funeral-like opening is without a doubt some of Aphonic Threnity's best work to date.
Ever. This beginning is so beautiful.
It is. And this is why I said right at the very beginning, this could be potentially Album of the Year because of this opening.
So I actually, in the voices, heard, as we have discussed before in some of our talks, these sort of wailing.
Yes.
And I love that. I love it. Wailing that makes you feel someone's despair.
Yes, the death wailing.
Yes. And did you or did you not hear at the beginning? I was not sure if I heard. I did hear piano. I did hear strings. Was there a wind instrument in there? I wasn't sure. I just couldn't tell if I could hear that.
I didn't make a note of it if there was.
I might have to go back and listen again.
Yeah. Again, this is why you need to listen to these guys over and over and over again.
This one got the 3 stars on my notes as well.
See, this is why Funeral Doom is better than any other style out there. Because you're going to hear all this awesome stuff. You won't hear it anywhere else. And it will never be played like this anywhere else.
No. It's a perfect song.
It is. It is. And we've only just hit the 3 minute and 35 point.
I know.
Like that is such an awesome intro.
And I found it strange to be for the beginning like that, but it's so beautiful. Like, it reminded me of Shape of Despair. So I heard a bit of that in there. And yet it's different, of course, but they do a lot of that. So I was like, oh yeah, this is cool because I also love them. Just different in a different manner, but really, really nice. I felt like it was either humming or wailing. So it wasn't like over the top, like I said.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
but like humming. So it was like a pretty sound.
Yeah, a very more melodic style of it.
Yes.
Like I said, we've just only scratched the 3 minute and 35 second point. Then the full-on Funeral Doom kicks in.
Yeah.
Mournful and heavy death growls are on point as... What would you expect from, the vocalist of Slow? Come on, guys. Dripping with emotion that encompasses the clean singing, as well as that atmosphere that is now playing, just this, melancholy melody that the female vocals have, and that guitar solo. It's like listening to an actual funeral going on musically. And that is why, yet again, it's called Funeral Doom. And I love it for this. And we've just gotten to the 6-minute point as the suffering of what feels like an existential tragedy plays out. This includes the clean vocals, just like I mentioned. The gentle guitar sets a mood of that blends in the heavy doom elements of this wake-like spoken word. It helps pull off this track immensely. Oh, and did I mention the bass? Have I mentioned the bass guitar yet? Have I? Oh, because
No.
again, I want more of that. In case I haven't said that, I want more of this bass sound, please. The synth on this album, yeah, is just out of this world. The female vocals again come back. A true funeral experience in this song.
To me, it was like the perfect sounds for the last song of the album. Yeah, it's like the perfect ending song.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The track ends at 14 minutes and 49 seconds. Every note where it needed to be, and this is why you should just go buy the album, guys. Just go.
That's all.
Go buy the damn album.
Well,
Wow.
Here's the problem. They really can't. It's sold out.
Well, you'll just have to go and pester the guys and demand more.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like you had mentioned, this is without a shadow of a doubt the best the band has ever sounded. A phenomenal mix of metal and dirge music that every fan of Funeral Doom should have in their collection. I would go and demand that you go and say to the guys, more physical albums, please, because it's something you desperately need to have in your actual physical collection.
Yeah, I agree.
Outside of that, go and buy the download from things like Bandcamp, etc. Links obviously will be in the description as always. Go and just get this album immediately. And like I've said before, it could be the contender for album of this year.
Annabelle. These I don't even know where to start. Okay. So,
well, if you don't know where to start, can I?
Well, yeah, go ahead, and then maybe I'll be able to jump in with my major.
So with all the connotations that can come with the name Annabelle, here is my initial thought that made me think of this particular concept. Lord, why did you have to steal her from me? Everything she was in your name, above mine. Now that reminds me of something, and I wonder if anybody else has the same thought. Edgar Allan Poe.
Okay.
Annabelle.
Yeah. No, right. Annabelle Lee.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So, we are talking about extreme sorrow and loss. Okay?
Absolutely.
So, I really loved this stanza. I can't take this sorrow when she was the cure. Okay? Our home is now gray, sullen, insecure. I wander empty like a ghost who lost the way. No light can shine as bright as the words she said. Okay, our home is gone. The way is shut. My life is done. My joy is cut. The time is nigh. Drown in the night.
Again, that just reminds me of the Poe poem.
Yeah, you know what? You could be right. It could be a throwback to that. That may be why it's named this way. What I'm getting as far as theme from the whole entire poem is someone who, I hate to say it, wants revenge. This is a sorrowful, vengeful song. This is a vengeful song. I am the punisher of gods. Mark my words. Last line. Okay. That's like a threat.
Absolutely.
So we have something being set up here at the beginning of the album. This is setting us up as, extreme loss, extreme pain. I want revenge. That's the beginning of this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
So, this is really interesting. Listen to this. luminous eyes crying molten lava. I love that. Molten lava. That's so cool.
That strikes really great imagery, doesn't it?
Yeah. I
In
mean,
fact, I also wonder with those concepts, it's also about a person who has lost their faith due to the tragedy.
This whole album has a lot to do with the questioning of faith and God and everything, just as they have done before in other songs, and also the way that like Altars of Grief. I always bring them up.
I know.
Altars of Grief brings up that. And what was the other one that you sort of said? Warning. They bring all that up in.
Yeah. I remember us discussing that in our private talks, where there's elements of like a lot of different like blendings of other doomy elements that have touched on similar things. But again, this is where this band does it much better. They expand on those themes in greater detail and get across the true emotion in their lyrics. I'm leaning towards it being inspired by someone's like questioning of faith. They're disheartened with this godlike figure, and you know the Poe story, which again,
I think I didn't even think of that, but I sort of, it's funny, I sort of did. Like it went through my mind, Annabelle. Oh yeah, and then I didn't really like put it into the concept of the song. But yeah,
well, the funny thing is,
sense because loss, pain, grief,
it all
definitely goes with that, and the name Annabelle Lee.
Well, see, the thing is, upon reading these lyrics, I went and reread the poem by Poe, and I'm like, there's a lot of crossover here. So I wonder, was there inspiration here from that?
That'd be interesting to ask them and find out. Light the Way. The basic idea or theme here is extreme pain. And within these lyrics, there is a definite sense of chaos and just turmoil.
I did notice that, yeah.
We have death. We have pain. We have the beyond. We have eternity. We have, it's all darkened. Everything's darkened. Darken your heart even more. Dark. Everything's dark. Everything's death. Darken. All our themes here. These are all, very dark, dismal themes. Then, of course, with the soft guitar and all of this, then it sort of winds down. The endless path is right in front of me. Infinity and beyond known dimensions. No more weight of years. No more death. We have like this turmoil going on, and then this like, okay, I'm done. It's kind of like maybe a person going, I'm so sad, and then, I'm out of energy. I can't anymore. I just can't.
I would say it's this idea almost like a realization of, to hell with it.
So
like they've had all this chaos due to this tragedy, and
that talks about dark. The word dark is in here a lot.
But again, what I'm saying is, I wonder, like, because of all that chaos this person experiencing, this turmoil and this maelstrom of pain, like it says, this person's going through all of these, like, heartaches and stuff, and then he just kind of gives up. It's like, who cares?
Well, I don't think it's so much give up as just being done with your sort of fit of grief.
That's what I mean. Like they've given up on like giving it energy.
Yeah, you have no more. Right, you have no more energy. You're just like
you're emotionally spent. You're emotionally spent.
Right, spent. So we have that going on there. I love it because Funeral Doom for me is the emotional, and I am an emotional person, and I love this concept.
And just to kind of emphasize all of that, I would like to read my favorite part, if I may. Shine from the dark you've come from. Grasp the light in somber foam. Light the way to the ones incomplete. If that doesn't get across the fact that, like, he is reaching for sanity but doesn't have the strength to do so, I don't know what is.
Yeah, it's really good. A Silence Too Old. Title track.
Oh.
Okay, so, oh geez, how do I?
Not only did the music have me in tears, but so did the lyrics. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Right. Well, okay. I'm just gonna read the things that I jotted down while I was listening, because I think there's a lot here, and then we can talk more about this. I underlined this. Too much pain through the years. So I got as far as the theme, how constant pain and sadness take their toll, and constant, that really hurts, like more than just, but it actually changes us. So we have this constant thing taking a toll on us. This is someone tired of fighting. Then we have the insertion of the Icarus story, which is just fantastic, because what a wonderfully beautiful, sad story that is. And Icarus avenged.
So, just for the people that aren't familiar with the Icarus story, would you like to give a quick synopsis on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Icarus flew too close to the sun
with wax wings that his father Daedalus had given him.
Right. So
and warned him to do.
So in terms of funeral doom, how would that concept fit?
Well, it has to do with, the sort of a lack of humility, a lack of, okay, so what's going on here? This is actually someone in actual battle. I mean, do you get this? Do you get this?
I say it's a metaphor, but okay.
Okay, yeah, okay, right. So it's a metaphor, but it also could be a real thing. So, and the sword, the only friend I know, is too heavy to bear. Too many battles fought. Victories are now sour. So this is a person who, say, a warrior, now that could be a metaphor, but it could also be a warrior, has been a warrior too long, who has been fighting this battle too long.
So here's how I think it's more of a metaphor than an actual physical battle in terms of like swords or warfare in that sense, right? It's the idea of emotionally fighting.
Well, yeah, it could be.
This is where the idea of the Icarus story can also tie into it perfectly. The idea of Icarus going too close to the sun, or you're too close to the flame of someone you love.
It is, but what I'm saying is you have to look at both edges of it. It's not simply emotions or simply the battle.
No, but that's why I'm trying to get across the metaphor side.
So, Icarus had too much pride, did not listen to his father, flew too close to it. And I think as far as a battle would go, it's like you're not being, you don't have enough humility. Your pride is taking over. So in the concept of say, grief, I suppose it would be someone maybe not acknowledging their feelings. Further on.
Well, the lines that I picked out go on like this. On and on, further on, I am falling to nowhere. On and on, bleeding on the further I lay. You kind of get the repetitive nature of going,
right,
trying to move forward.
This is a struggle. The metaphor is the battle is the struggle. So this is a battle that's been going on and on. So it ties directly in from the last song. So we have further on, I'm walking to my fate. This is a concept of a warrior at battle who has no alternative. In other words, this is not his or hers decision. This is something, it's like they have been put into this battle. This is really good because it's questioning everything. You know what? This is a short song. I am going to read this one because
Okay.
I think people will get the idea after what I have just said about.
And I agree, it does tie in as well with the last one. I agree.
On and on, again and again. The reach is a horrible illusion, but not the fall. A glimpse of hope is a parasite on my landscape. On and on, further on, I am walking to my fate. Faith is an unbelievable ember which clings on life, like a possible cut to be made with a broken scythe. The sun is low and shall never rise up another time. On and on, further on, I am walking on the line. Faith is an unbelievable ember which clings on life, like a possible cut to be made with a broken scythe. On and on, further on, I'm falling to nowhere. On and on, bleeding on the further I lay. On and on, life is gone. I am caught by the tides. On and on, further on, embracing cold suicide, further on. Okay, now, those last lines, embracing cold suicide. This is not a person who is committing suicide. What they are saying in this, what this means is they feel like they're trapped in this battle and they're forced to do this, whatever it is. And they see it only as one thing. They're going to die. They're going to die. So this could be a euphemism or metaphor for someone who is very sick and dying. I mean, it could be that, but it also could be somebody just battling something else or battling their own emotion. It could be anything. I mean, it could be a metaphor for anything.
Absolutely. And I think not only does it tie into the next one, but I think we're now getting the full story slowly starting to develop.
Oath of nothing. Okay, so remember how I said that this song had a sound of battle music?
Yes.
What I see here in the song for some reason, you know, and you can put your 2 cents worth in there, but I see old warriors. Death is approaching as both of the battling warriors are older. And so my feeling is it is a metaphor of life and death. It's like, it says it right here, a fierce warrior awaits me for a final battle. But I see the enemy's fatigued face older than I remember. So this is so cool. I mean, I could actually picture like, I don't know, some Vikings here or something. Like, it's really good. This is, you can picture what's happening as we go through, but yet, you know that really it's talking about the feelings of what's going on. So it's a very, very interesting song. It's a short song. I mean, not the length of the music. The music is quite long, but the lyrics are quite short. And it's also just talking about, you know, the end of life.
So here is pretty much how I'm going to tie all 3 songs into what I was trying to get at earlier, right? It can apply to anyone, really. But I'm going to put it like this. The last 3 songs, especially this one, are all about the struggle of losing someone and how that has waned on the person so heavily that this particular battle isn't one fought on a field, but mentally.
Well, yeah, there are definitely hints of that, but I like the way it's set up where you can see it in your head as an actual thing going on.
Right.
So, again, to me, that's really interesting.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But see, that's why it ties into these themes of this emotional battle. I can relate to this personally. I have had these sort of battles within my own head when it comes to, you know, losing someone to death or an illness of some sort, etc. And the idea of, you know, having a, you know, weapon of some sort that is a burden, like, you don't want to fight these battles. You shouldn't have to fight these battles.
Well, and it says right in here, what you're talking about right here. I realized that the ages did not spare me well. My sword is a burden.
Yep.
All the steel is just a veil.
Exactly. You come across like you're a warrior of grief, if you will. You are at the forefront of your own struggles.
I
You know,
also just love to picture this in a very literal manner, because for me that's very easy for me
oh yeah,
to
it would definitely
place
work.
on this.
Oh yeah, it
Like,
definitely works as a writing tool. Absolutely.
I could actually picture a person being so old as a warrior and just downtrodden and just unable to understand it and want to go on at all, because in this there is a line that says, for another useless duel in the honor of no one. Someone who had done too much of it. And so possibly this refers to, a person or people or whatever who have gone through could be many deaths in a row, when, things start to just kind of,
Yeah, they ramp
oh
up
God.
and it becomes too much to handle.
Yeah,
This is
you're
why,
right.
I see exactly what you're saying, because the way that like I would picture like a music video for this would be having like just an old person, maybe sitting at a bar or something, right? And he just stares at his glass or his ball or whatever, and he starts having these flashbacks of all the times that he had fought for his sanity. But that is used as like, medieval warriors battling on a
Yeah,
field and
like
stuff.
that would be the metaphor of the reminiscences.
Right, right. And I think that's what we were trying to touch upon earlier.
Yeah. You have all the elements going on, from the music to the vocals to the
Mhm.
lyrics, and the blend of it. And yes,
And I think that that's kind of like, again, why this genre is one of the best in that sense.
well, I loved it. The void of existence.
Love the title.
No, I did enjoy the music a lot and the voices a lot, the female choral voices, the beautiful music as we talked about, and the gorgeous lyrics. Basically, at the point of, if we are talking about stages of grief, this is the acceptance. So we actually have toward the bottom peace of mind. So the theme, this person or people or whomever, tired of life but struggling to hold on, and found hope in someone or something. It's put out there as a someone. So it's really beautiful. It's like, I want to leave everything, but yet, oh, you're there. That's what I'm getting. I'm so downtrodden, but wait a minute, there's this little
Glimmer of light.
of hope, little glimmer. And
In other words, this is the thing that lit the way.
right, with the most delicate feather, you caressed my head. That's interesting.
It's a great use of wording.
I love it. So it's like this gentle, think feather, gentle could be something very small, little word, little something that made this person say, okay, I'm gonna be, I hate to use this word, I'm gonna be okay. But
Right.
there's a glimmer of life going on, of emotions coming to a closure of some type, that kind of thing. So this is just, well, how can I say it? It's really beautiful.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
I love it. I love it.
Again, it just closes out the album lyrically and the themes that we've been discussing. And
this is
honestly, it just ties it off beautifully.
It's fantastic and so beautiful. Just listen to this song.
Absolutely.
Listen to all the songs.
Go and get the damn album. Album art. Now, I have to, unfortunately, start this segment from now on with a small little addendum. I do not support AI. It's lazy as all hell. Don't do AI. And the sad fact is, I'm going to have to start saying this at every point in time when it comes to album art. It is just sad. But I have it on good authority that this album is not. What we have here is an old man lying at the steps of what looks to be like a churchyard of some sort, slowly withering away and dying in a black and white setting.
It could be a churchyard
or some form of castle leading into that whole motif.
Yeah, but it's the ruins of it. It's not like, being used anymore. And he looks like he is stone.
Right, he has become part of the architecture. This blends into that whole element that you were talking about of like the old crusty warrior dying at the forefront of battle after many, many years of doing it.
Right. And also, it's been going on. When something is too old, it's been going on and on and on too long. So that's why I think the basic whole theme is wrapped up in. So this picture definitely speaks to that.
Oh, absolutely. And I just have to say that it's really well done.
It is.
What would you give the album art a scoring of?
I'd give it a 10.
It is therefore a 10 out of 10 for album art.
We agree.
Album scoring.
10 out of 10, no problem.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. I'm not even going to fuck around anymore. It's just a 10 out of 10. Like we said, go fucking get this album. Go listen to it. Enjoy it. This has got the potential to be one of the best albums of this year.
I absolutely agree.
I am literally going to start off by saying this. An emotional journey, and just overall, a strong contender for album of this year. I'm sorry. I'm going to repeat that.
I really enjoyed the tie-in to the battles idea and the warrior idea. I think it gave an added dimension. So I really liked that. To me, that really said something.
It is an absolute fantastic album. Links in the description, as always. Until next time, mourners, remember, every day is a funeral.